Hello guys, I think we're live now. How is it going? Just gonna wait for the YouTube confirmation, and we've got it, I think, right? It seems like we do anyway. Let me just see why the audio is not coming out though, because that is concerning. Okay, okay. Got it, I think. Yeah, there you go. Let me know if you guys can hear me well. It's good to see most of you. Well, there's only one person here. Hello GTX, how's it going? It's good to see you, man. Good to see you. And I am looking forward to mostly just coding today, to be honest. I feel like it's going to be very close to an ASMR stream because I don't really feel like talking too much today, but I do feel like coding. Anyway, so today we are going to... Stream is going, yeah, nice. Today we're going to keep working on that plugin stuff that we were working on last time. The reason why, to be honest, is because I didn't really fancy the way I was doing things. I feel like it was getting too complicated. I also realized that we have a lot of other stuff here. Yeah. So let me go into there and then we'll see what the state of the branch is. I'll probably remove some of the stuff that I did casually ASMR stream. Yeah. I do need to set up my camera so I can actually do an ASMR stream where you can just see my hands and nothing else. Because I'm going to be honest, sometimes I just want to code and not talk. I just want to get down to it and just get something done quickly, which is not something I can do when I'm streaming, obviously, because I'm talking to you guys. I need to sleep though. Might drop out early. Yeah, go for it, man. I mean, as long as you leave your like, as long as you leave some chats here, I appreciate that, man. And of course, yeah, get some sleep. Don't, it's a Sunday, it's a Monday tomorrow. You're gonna have to, I guess, either work or go to university, right? So yeah, get your rest, dude. Don't skimp on that. Definitely do not skimp on that. Oh. Yeah, so I'm gonna open my our VS Code here. I'm gonna just have a look at the overall PR because I don't know even what I've done here, if I'm honest with you guys. So I have obviously added some stuff. And there was also new files that I've added, right? Or maybe not. Add cards table. Yeah, so I'm just gonna commit this. Changes from the last stream. Commit this, we take a look at the PR, we see which bits of code we can just remove because this is 19 files long. And I don't think we need all of those changes, if I'm honest. But yeah. So for example, I don't know what the test changes are. Well, they are kind of needed, if I'm honest. But I might just ignore them for now. Yeah, so we're taking the database in here. We've added a new recorder as well. So this code is fishy. This is fishy because this is the only change that was needed for this PR. And the change here being we need to pass in the Lua interpreter down, right? That's what we've essentially added on the top level. So the application, so when you do a setup routes, which is basically the application endpoint, the entry point, it also takes the Lua state there. So I don't know why this is here. Well, I guess we will figure out, right? We'll figure out. I am just tempted to basically just remove all the test changes from this PR and then kind of redo it. I think that's probably a better thing to do in this case. How was your weekend? Lots of time with the family. Not this time, no. I stayed at home this time. It was good. So I'm getting ready for a trip in 2 weeks. So I am essentially, when you don't see me streaming, I'm trying to plan some content. For example, I'm trying to plan the CI video. So I've got like a really good plan now and some code, which is always good. So the goal is to film like a handful of videos this week and leave it with my editor because I do have believe it or not, I do have an editor sometimes. So when I go away for 3 weeks, I can still post like maybe once or twice a week, which will be good. But yeah, I mean, all that work has been done now, so I don't have to do it when I'm on holiday, if it makes sense. So it's a hard life, dude. I mean, if you ever fancy doing content in the future, especially after university, right? When you have a bit more experience, yeah, just do know that it's hard. It's not easy. No, I'm not talking about the code either. The coding is probably the easiest part, to be honest. The hard part is figuring out like what content you want to create, what people like to see, and do something that people will actually watch. And I'm not very good at that. I'm not very good at that at all. An editor, what is that? Like someone who edits my videos. That's what I meant by editor. So for the long short, sorry, for the long form videos where they're not lives like this one, I do sometimes pay this guy who's a very good editor. So I do like an initial editing of the video. I record, for example, a tutorial for something. I cut it down to the bare bones, and then I pass that on to someone else. And the other person is going to do like color grading, making sure that the transitions are good, and then adding some text that looks good. What I asked who? Oh yeah, I thought you said what is that? His name is. Oh, let me get it here. It's someone from Fiverr. I mean, if you want someone to edit your videos, I can definitely give you the contacts. He doesn't charge that much. Usually it's not too bad. Sandeep is his name. He's really good. Lives in Hyderabad, I think. So, but yeah, he's someone I found on Fiverr, essentially, and it turned out to be a very good editor. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna like undo all of these changes because I cannot be bothered. Like this shouldn't be here. This should definitely not be here. How many commits do I have? I have 8 commits, right? Change from the last stream. I'm gonna like merge all of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna merge all of these commits and then just kind of undo some stuff, right? Yeah, A is the one. What we want to do is we want to delete a word and add F here, and then we do, and then we have another 6 at L. We do that, and then we push force release. And now we should only have, hopefully, 1 commit. There you go. So we've merged all the commits, and now we want to just remove the changes that we don't need anymore. I think that we don't need. And those are the testing changes. I don't really know what the hell I did with the testing here, so I'm going to just undo them. I don't have any videos yet. May start documenting my uni project in videos so I can post a series of explanations later. Yeah, I mean, in that case, it's not worth getting an editor if it's just a recording for your professor to see, if I'm honest. Because you're still going to, you know, editing a video isn't cheap. People will still charge like $50 per video. And you probably just want to like edit it yourself. Yeah, software like Adobe Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, they're both fairly easy to use, to be honest. And you can get some good editing, not professional, by yourself in like a week. So I'm sure you know about that, right? So I am going to undo this for sure. Git checkout, and then we're going to go to origin, may this. And that should be staged already for us. That's good. I'm going to check out that file. I'm going to check out this test as well. And that should be staged for us now, that change. That coming from main. Okay, so the undo of this file is done. The image test, I have no idea why we're even having tests here for image, but okay. Let's undo that. This for sure. And dude, I have this really bad habit. I don't know how to get rid of it. I've had it basically since I was 12 or 13. Like ever since I started coding, basically. Like when I'm thinking, I'm just typing the like QWE, and then deleting that. You know what I mean? And it's really terrible because I can't hear my thoughts sometimes over the keyboard. And it's really, really annoying. So nice little tick for you guys. Let's just do that. So another test gone. Post tests, we're gonna undo it as well. Well, QW. Yeah, it's just me typing random letters on my keyboard and then deleting them. That was the point of the little tick. I don't know. It's just why W. It's just because my hands are, my left hand is always on the left, and the ideal position for them is around the QWE here, so I can get to more places. So they're like automatically there. They are by default on that place, and it's just it's just like this movement here that I do, you know. So that's why those 3 letters. There is no reason. It's just a little. It's just, you know, as I said, a bad habit. Okay. Page test. Oh my god, we still have a lot of tests to undo. And these files will keep. The go sum will keep as well. I think that's it really, right? So let's just commit this to see what it looks like. I'm not going to merge it into the whole thing yet. Okay. So removing test changes for now. I'm going to push that. And then let's see what it looks like. Should be a lot less changes though. There you go, 11 files changed. That's more like it. And why did I do that? Just because I want to be able to focus on the actual code that I'm trying to get perfect here. And I've just released a short on how you shouldn't do things perfectly, but I just feel like this is too complicated. So the way we were doing this is I was basically creating a observer pattern that will hold all of the plugins, right, as kind of observers, and the subjects themselves would be the plugin action. But I don't think we need that. I think we just literally need a map of something like a string for the action name for sure, like do post. I had a cameo in that show. Mom, I'm famous. Yeah, you are. I mean, 1,000 people. Sorry, I keep forgetting to like blow people's names as well. But I didn't think that we had to blow your name for this one, dude. I think your stream name is also different from your YouTube channel name, so no one should really be able to find you. Hopefully. But yeah, I mean, you know, by commenting on the video, you are also agreeing to YouTube's terms, which is, you know, people can kind of use you in their content, I guess, right? It's fair use. So just be aware. You can't sue me later. Just put it that way. Otherwise, I could sue like most of the major streamers for ending up on their shorts sometimes. That would be a really good profession to follow, actually. Just a professional sewer of people putting you in their short videos. You can just say unhinged things everywhere, and then you definitely end up in a short, and then you sue them and get some like maybe $5,000-$10,000 or something. That would be amazing. But I don't think that's legal. That's what I'm saying. I think that, you know, because of YouTube fair use, you will never be able to do that. But it would be nice if you could, though. That's what I'm saying. I would definitely live off that. Yeah, so I think that we essentially just need a map of action name to the script, yeah, the script that they need to go to. That's it. Nothing more interesting than that. So let's try and do that. Let's try and like at least simplify this a little bit, right? So the main part where I was using this was we had the post hook, which was the file that was doing the observer interface thing. And I am pretty sure that I am going to not have this anymore, but we'll see. Veer Pratad, hello. Can you explain the topic? Like, are you working on using all WordPress plugins in Golang? No, dude, I'm working on supporting plugins like like WordPress does. So let's see if I've got a little diagram here I can show you guys. Because we did talk about this last time. I think, right? I think we did anyway. Give me a second. There you go. So the way WordPress does plugins is the following. So you have like all of these hooks that you can basically register your plugin into. So for example, when you create a page or when you create a post in WordPress, there is a hook called, I think it's post save or something. So basically, if you register your plugin to that action, so the post save action, whenever someone creates a new plugin, a new post, your plugin is going to be called, the main function for your plugin or the entry point for your plugin is going to be called with things like the contents or the post content, the post title, the date of creation and all that sort of stuff. So you can do something based on that information, right? So maybe you can add a new entry to your table that will, I don't know, like track the posts, something. I don't know, like you track something. That's the easiest thing I can think about. And it all works with a hook in PA. Sorry, yeah, it all works with hooks in WordPress. So essentially, what you have is you have like a big, if you can think about it as a big table full of action names or hook names, and the value of that table is just a list of plugins that will be called whenever that action happens. That's how WordPress supports plugins. And that was so boring that we lost 2 viewers anyway, so I don't know why I explained that again. Would you watch an overview of collision detection methods and algorithms? I'm thinking of doing that once I'm done with. Yeah, of course, I can always review your code, man. I can always review your project. That's what I'm saying. As long as it's open source, and as long as you don't mind me showing this stuff on the stream, then we're fine. But I recommend just putting it on GitHub, because that way it's just easier for me to see it. And you're automatically agreeing with GitHub's licenses anyway, so I don't have any trouble showing your code in the stream, put it that way. Yeah, but anyway, so the point of this video here is to simplify this a little bit, because what I have right now is that this whole thing here is basically the observer pattern, and I don't want to have that. What I want to have is just the map. That's all, right? So that's what I want to have. Could you start a DS stream in Rust or Go? I think it'll be super fun. DSA. What's a DSA? I don't really know what DSA is. You gotta let me know what that is. DSA Golang. What does DSA stand for? Data structures and algorithms, I guess. Okay, yeah. Maybe I guessed it right. Yeah, of course, we can always do something like that. What I recommend via Pratat, first of all, welcome to the stream. I think is the first time I'm actually talking to you. Join our Discord. If you join our Discord and you show me a message and you post me a message in there, maybe by Tuesday, on what you want to see on the stream, I may consider doing it. That's the best way to get me to do something, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, join the stream, dude. There's a lot of people like GTX in there who are passionate about coding, and myself. And you can get up to date with the stream news and everything else. That's what I recommend. So yeah, let's do that. So we have, I just want to see what we had in whatever the hell it was. It was in common, I think, right? Was it in common? I don't know now. Where is the post hook and why is it not here? Why is it not showing up anywhere? Is it in plugins? Oh yeah, it's in plugins, that's why. Joined, I do follow your stream and content on a regular basis. Oh, thank you. Thank you for doing that. I mean, if I'm being be cheeky and then beg a little bit, you can also like the stream, dude. That will help me out quite a lot. When I publish it, it will probably have an unofficial English documentation so people can read it. I'm implementing well-known algorithms with my own spin in it. That's pretty good, yeah. That's a good way to learn, for sure. Okay, so what are we doing here? I need to possibly get some shorts on this stream as well, because I'm running out of shorts to post. So if you guys want to ask me any controversial questions, feel free to, and help me be on your short timeline. Put it that way. Yeah, so you've got a register and deregister. So I'm thinking of just creating a new file called plugins.go or hook.go. Right? Yeah, we already have the hook.go here. But what is the hook gonna be? That's what I'm. So the hooks. I guess this could be a. Let's just put a hook info here, just for now, so it doesn't clash. And this is gonna be a struct, right? And then we have a map of. Wait, how do I even do a map? Yeah, there you go. The type of type. Map of string to. And then we have that function pointer here. Right? We don't know what this is going to be, yeah? But this is what we have. So we have the subscribers, right? So the plugins, I guess. In fact, plugins. We don't have this function pointer. This is what we got to figure out here. Because we want to make it, or define it in a way where everything will get the same arguments, right? So that's the point, because we do have, like, you know, if you think about the post save, this will inherently call the plugin main or whatever with the content of the post or post content. I can't spell content today. Post title. Something like this, right? But we may also have like a render index or render header, which will call the plugin main with a different thing, right? It would just be like the HTML for it, which is a string, I guess. And yeah, this will be something like, you know, passing everything under like header and header. And the plugin can modify that, right? So that's what I want to do. So I want to have a way to define this function pointer in a way that we can pass anything to it. Like, yes, for now I can do like a vector of arrays. And I don't see why we can't do that. So yeah, I mean, we can do something like, you know, type. What is a type def? What is a type def in here? Right? Is that how do you do type defs? Is it with, in other words, using? That's what I want to do. So type def in Golang. There's got to be a way, right? There has got to be a way. Go doesn't make guarantees about valid types, okay? No, dude, I just want to type def. Right. Who do you think will win the election in a certain country on November the 30th? Wait, is that America? Is America already in an election? Because I have no idea. I thought it was going to be on the 5th of November or something. 2024 day. Wait, are you talking about America? Because it is November the 5th. But I don't know. I really don't know. I think both candidates have the potential to win. Like, the moral side of me, I was telling this to my partner the other day. The moral side of me wants Kamala Harris to win because she just sounds nicer than Trump, let's be honest. But then the economic side of me, or the finance side of me, wants Trump to win. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know who I would support. No, not America. Well, I have no idea then. Elections. Can you say the country? Is it a secret? Because I have no idea. Iceland. Oh. I have no idea. I know zero about Icelandic politics. So I have no idea. But my guess is that I don't know. Yeah, sorry, dude. I can't help with that one. I can't say that I keep up to date with Icelandic politics, which is unfortunate. Yo, why he can't see my comment? I can see your comment, MC Code. So I just can't see when you type in code, I guess, right? So if you're typing code on the chat, do be aware that YouTube is going to absolutely destroy a comment and not post it to me, which is weird. But if you don't post code, then you can chat on the chat. By the way, welcome to the stream, man. It's good to see you here. The previous ones, neither can we. The previous ones, yeah. I don't know. Let me know. Just post it again here. If anything, just go on the Discord and then post it there as well. I see that a few of you have already joined the Discord, which is good. Yeah, so I say for now, we will simply have the post being a thing, a vector of a string, right? And then we can pass that string later. Now the thing is, how do we do type defs in Golang? I am still interested. So I have a type. I just want to give a different name to it. That's all. Go type def and protobuf. Type this struct. Type. Okay, so it's just type. It's just type. I feel like I've done this before as well. Anyway. Type plugin main. Plugin main, and that's going to be a func that takes in a vector of string. And what does it return? It returns a vector of string as well, right? So it's just a kind of feed forward function. We don't do that either. Okay, and then in here we do plugin main, right? And we don't even need the Lua here. Do we need the Lua here? Do we need to put the Lua in here somewhere? I feel like we do. Anyway. Is React the literal hell spawner? I've done a shot. Unfortunately, I've already done a shot on that, to be honest. And I don't mind being laughed at, though. We're not laughing at you, dude. I'm not sure what you're talking about. You know, I wouldn't laugh at anyone online. There is only one valid answer. I'm not gonna laugh at you. Happened to me many times before. Wait, what is there only one valid answer to? Am I missing a question somewhere? I don't know. I'm gonna pass on the answer for that. Yeah. Do we have at this point? Do we have to store the Lua plugin in here? I do wonder. We probably should, right? Probably should. Yeah. No. Maybe we don't store a plugin main. What we actually do is, because our plugins are the Lua.ls state or something? ls state. But how did we do this before, though? Because that's what I want to save. So there's a pointer to Lua.ls state. Okay. That sounds good, right? That's really what it should be. Nothing more than that. And then we take it for hook or hook here. I think there's an issue with my comments. I said something before that comment. I know you're a chill guy. Yeah, I think there is empty code. I think your comment is not getting passed down, dude. So you can see it. You can see it on the chat here. So if it doesn't appear there, then I can't see it, dude. Sorry, I can't. Is anything framework the hell spawn of anything? Is there a way to add error handling if the hook fails? Now that's a good question, Guy Feldman. And welcome to the chat, dude. And we haven't thought about that yet. That's the truth. Because this is just an interpreted, or this is just like a script, a Lua script, right? There is probably a way to do error handling, but that means like defining what the developer can can return from the plugins. I don't know how to do that kind of check in Lua yet, but what I mean is, if you take a look at, for example, the table shortcut, which is a plugin that turns text into tables in Markdown, we should probably return something here, right? And this return type is going to have to be well defined. So we're going to have a type in here on the return that we can access from the Go side. And if it is an error, so basically we return a type and an error. If it's an error, we have to handle it, right? So that's how I'll do it. Basically the same way that Go does, but just in Lua. because we can access everything from what's returned within the script in Lua in the Golang code, right? But I will probably think about that later, though. I just want to get this kind of working, to be honest. What can Qt be used for? Have you used it before? Am I better off using Java since JavaScript everywhere? So Qt is good for desktop applications, to be honest. So I would say that Qt is amazing if you're creating a cross-platform application that should work on both like Windows, Linux, and even Mac, because you can compile Qt for Mac, I'm sure. The advantages of using it, as I said, cross-compilation. It has an amazing library. So you can basically do anything with Qt. That's going from like OpenGL to Vulkan to audio programming to just pure GUI stuff to PDF parsing, for example. You can create PDFs and a bunch of more of other stuff, right? So those are the advantages of it. Now, disadvantages, it's pretty difficult to build if you're a beginner. It's pretty difficult to integrate into your C++ code, and it's also extremely difficult to learn in a way because it's so big. There's a lot to learn, but most of the programs that work in both like Windows and Linux, you can be sure that they're probably written in Qt. And to be honest, Qt was probably the main sort of like UI framework for C++, or it still is, to be honest, and it has been so for years and decades. But I feel like things like Electron and React Native might have kind of stole some of the user base from Qt. So in a way, I mean, if you want to do it quickly, if you want to do something quickly with a lot of library code already available to you, I'll probably go for JavaScript and React Native or something. Can you put render windows with custom shaders into the main window? Yes, you can do that with Qt. Yeah. So Qt just gives you the OpenGL context or the Vulkan context, and you can do all of that within Qt. Oh, I see why you're asking now, because you have a program, right? So I'm guessing you probably use GLFW or something similar, right? Or GLAD. Is GLAD? No, GLAD is not the same as GLFW. You probably use GLFW then for the windowing. You can do the same thing with Qt. You can replace GLFW with Qt. The problem is that it's going to take you more time. It's going to take you longer to actually, get that. Can't use JavaScript or my professor will kill me. Yeah, I mean, I guess not for the back end, right? But I don't see why he would kill you for just using it on the front end, because you can do C++ code that integrates with React Native. That is a thing. That's what people do, or Electron for that matter. If you just want to keep it all in a same kind of stack. I just asked if you don't mind checking my Goofy API project. I'm a newbie. I do not mind. So post the link in the Discord, dude. So empty code. Go in the Discord right now and post it there, because you will not be able to post a link here. That's probably why your message isn't being shown here, right? That's what I'm gonna take. But I can take a look. Let's see. So that's your account, right? So Bookstore API. Dude, this is not the first time I'm seeing this. This is not the first time I'm seeing a bookstore app kind of thing. Someone on the Discord the other day asked me the exact same thing. Like, can I review that code? And it was a bookstore app that doesn't really work in JavaScript, and then I kind of fixed it for them. But I'm gonna take that this is the one, or maybe the OpenGL one, right? What is goofy about it though? That's what I want to know. I guess we'll figure out later. You're not skimping on the comments. I'll say that. Everything is well commented. Yeah, of course we can take a look at it, man. Anyway, let me go back here. Go back into it. Don't look at the TO service. Okay, I mean, there is no project with that name, but I'll keep an eye out for it. Let's go back to this, because I think I want to do this today. So yeah, we've touched on error handling a little bit. For now, I'm going to do just this. Ooh, there you go. And this Lua state is basically just going to take in a argument, right? So arguments in our case is going to be a vector of strings. And obviously, the user has to know Well, how do you do comments in here? Add comments like this? How do you comment? Oh, right. Comments Lua are special. There you go. So the user has to know what arguments will look like from a callback perspective, i.e., how many strings it has, the type of each string in a position, etc. Right? So they need to know how to parse this, and I guess this has to be kind of done in documentation. And this is the kind of stuff that I guess WordPress does tell you. So if you go on their website and then look at the hooks, they will tell you exactly comes into the callback. So we're just doing callbacks here. Put it that way. Oh, can I also render C++ within Electron or React Native? I need performance. Yeah, so you can have the renderer in C++, dude. That's what I'm trying to say. And just the UI in like React Native, I think. Sorry for using US ChatGPT, man. It's alright, man. I will say that I probably know a little bit more than ChatGPT. At least my reasoning is better, anyway. So I can tell you what my reasoning is. I'm not just copying and pasting it off some website. It's copying and pasting from here, though. I am the knowledge. I am the data set. Put it that way. Right. Yeah, so now if I try and compile this, it won't work because I've removed a bunch of shit. Make build. But at least we get all of the errors, right? So we have post hook here, dot plugin. So post hook was supposed to be right. So first thing we're gonna change is this. So the plugins is a map from string to Lua, or in fact pointer to Lua ls state. And that is it. So we're gonna remove the shortcode handler. I don't think we need them anymore. We're going to do it as a plugin now. If you had a system prompt, what would it be? If I had a system prompt, I mean, it would be like, you are a friendly streamer online. Your job is to code, try and get something done and not talk too much. Have fun. That's my system. That's my system prompt, to be honest. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So plugin is going to be that now. Post handler is also going to take those plugins, I guess, and not this. We're going to plugins, and then we have a map of string and lua.l state. Something is going to complain here for sure. So altered post, update post. Yeah, now this is where it would be useful to have something a little bit more complicated, but it's fine, right? So what we can do is we can basically just check that the plugins exist. So we do plugins and then something like, is it post create? Yeah, let's do post create now. So we have value and error here. Plugins. Plugins. Now what is this issue? Cannot use plugins as error value. Wait, well, does not implement. Bool does not implement error. Oh, okay, so I guess it'll be just okay. That's better. And if we don't have an okay, we're gonna basically return something. So log.error.msgf could not find post create plugins. That's it. And then we do a c.json. Status bad request. Command.error response, and then we do no post. That's basically it, right? So we have 1, 2. Oh, we don't have error in this case. Wait, do we have error response that doesn't take an error? I feel like we should do, right? Message error. Yeah, there you go. Message error response. That's better. From now on, we know the value is there. Not talk too much. Cannot stop talking. Yeah, that's the thing though. If you're streaming things on YouTube and you're talking to real people like yourself, you gotta talk. Otherwise, people will just get bored and leave, right? Although there is like an extraordinarily large amount of ASMR things out there, which are cool. I definitely like ASMR videos or streams, but it does feel like they're sort of fake though. So if I did an ASMR stream, it would just be me making errors after errors and trying to quickly solve them. But that's what I think of the ASMR streams anyway. So that kind of industry. I just think that it's just too fake. Like you get an ASMR video of someone making a full on like 3D first person shooter game in JavaScript, and they do it in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and you kind of question yourself, like, are you actually coding that? Or are you just reading it off somewhere? Because they probably have like a second screen where they've actually done all the code beforehand, maybe like a month's worth of month's time, and they're just doing like a 20-minute stream on it. So it gives people the wrong impression. That's why I want to do ASMR videos where I do talk a little bit, but are also not as fake, just so people can see what the coding actually looks like. And if any of you actually code on your free time or for work or for school, you know what I'm talking about, right? Because there are days you go hours without making any progress because you're stuck on something, and ASMR videos don't really show that, unfortunately. If the terminal isn't looking red, it's a fake programming video, probably. Yeah, exactly. There are so many of them. I was actually like looking at ASMR streams the other day, and I just searched for that on YouTube and Twitch, and there was like 2 or 3, and all of them looked extremely fake. There was just someone typing like 50 words per minute, 50 keywords per minute. Like all their code compiles. They finish their project in half an hour, and everyone in the comments is like, "Yeah, you're amazing," but that's just giving people a false sense of success. That's not what success looks like in programming, at least, anyway. So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about those videos because they get on my nerves sometimes. If my code compiles the first time, I start to feel existential dread. Exactly, I do the same, exactly the same. So if it compiles the first time, I know I've done something wrong, and when I run the code, it's not going to work somehow. So yeah. But if you look at ASMR streamers though, fucking hell, they write 1,000 lines of code in 5 minutes and it just works. So maybe I'm just bad. Maybe am I just bad? Maybe I am. Anyway, so we've got the val here, which in this case is that function, right? So what we need to do is we need to go through each plugin, right? And what we need to do is, one, we need to construct the current arguments from the previous ones. We need to call the Lua script with the arguments, get the returned values, and that's it, right? That's what we kind of want to do. So val in this case, what is it? Val is the map. No, val is the, it should really be a this. That's what it should be. So what we do is for plugin, is it in range? No, it's not in range. For plugin in range of value, right? Something like that. Cannot range over val. Variable of type Lua. No, 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 it's not. Oh, it is here. It is here. Never mind. Yeah. So what we should have is this. There you go. That's better. Only God and Linus Torvalds can do that. Many claim they are one and the same. I doubt even Linus can write a lot of code without any bugs that are in Linux, and you can see that. I don't know about you guys, but I think for what I want to write for about 10 minutes, then I write in a few minutes, then start debugging the code for like the next 50 minutes. That sounds healthy. I mean, it's fair. It's fair. The only thing that I can say is that, the more experience you have, then that 50 minutes time of debugging becomes like less and less because you get used to debugging. Maybe you get used to writing code that just works sometimes as well. And so, that decreases. But I think that's fair, thinking about the code for 10 minutes or for at least, 5 minutes, writing it and then testing it. That's fair. And you don't get that with most of the streamers online, though. I'll say that. If I'm writing something simple in C, I can do it without any errors. Implementing a queue, easy. Binary tree, okay. But that's because I've done those already and understand C. Yeah, those are simple things you can write. So those simple algorithms or simple structures, yeah, I mean, once you're good enough, you can write them without errors. But once it becomes complicated, even if you're God, you're not going to be able to write code that just works on the first time, especially after you've, your whole kind of feature requires like 2,000-3,000 lines of code for it to actually be complete. The likelihood of you making an error after you write even 1,000 lines of code, it's really high, really high. So, but usually you do things that you haven't done before. Yeah, exactly. That's what testing comes in. Having unit tests kind of help you in that way because you write things that you expect your code to do, and if it doesn't pass in the end, you've done it wrong. But yeah, you are right. Since I'm a beginner, my debugging time isn't just about fixing the logic. Most of the time, I have to learn a new thing. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. Those are good points. Those are very good points. Right, so the plugin. Now I need to know how to call a function here. How to call a Lua function because I cannot remember. We do have partition string here. Oh, I just realized that all of these essentially like shortcode handler things that I had will essentially have to be rewritten in Lua because they're going to be turned into pure Lua plugins. I'm not going to do that in the stream though, but yeah. This is a complicated algorithm. And I'm not looking forward to it because I remember I spent like an hour on the stream that I did this. Just writing this whole thing out and then testing it because it wasn't working. But yeah. I am looking at how I can get the shortcode handler. Shortcode to markdown. Okay, so do string. That sounds good. Yeah, so do string is apparently the one I want here. Yeah. That is what we want. So this is the plugin in this case. Do string. Let's just turn that to nothing. So plugin do string is not defined. What is plugin in this case? It should be a Lua state, right? What is defined in here? What is plugin? Am I just writing the for loop ridiculously wrong in this case? Oh, that was correct though. Oh, okay. I see. It's the wrong way around. So this should have been here and then there. So this is the value index and then the value itself. That's better. Yeah, so the result is gonna be handle shortcode. In my case, I'm gonna change this so they have to be plugin main or just main in this case. Then we have quoted value. So this is what we need to, this is where we need to pass the arguments to the plugin. I got to go, guys. Take care. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thank you for empty code for joining. Make sure you drop a like, dude, before you leave, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you. So yeah. Right. So quoted values in this case is going to be my arguments. Now, what do I want to do here? So maybe the post title first, and then the post content. Can't spell content today. And then the excerpt here. Yeah, I think we should probably do that. And then maybe the post ID as well. Post ID. That'd be good. Right? So that's going to be the contract for this function here, for this plugin, of this hook. You will pass the post title, content, excerpt, and ID. Right? So let's go for that. So post title. Where is my post title? Database, plugins map, add post request. Is that correct? Yeah, add post request. Yeah, I got it. I guess it is. Add post request. Dot title. Oh, we don't have the ID in this case, so we're going to leave it out for now. I don't want to complicate it. This is happening before we insert the post into the database, so it doesn't have an ID, which makes sense. And then we have that as well. We're passing the arguments here. And do string, what would that return me? This will just do the thing, but we need to actually get the value of result, don't we? We need to get the value. There you go. Get global. This is kind of what we want. And this whole thing here, just to make it clear, this is all making sure that each Lua plugin registered to, what is it? Post create? Yeah, post create runs and can modify the post before adding to the database. That's what we're doing here. So we're adding somewhere where the developers can kind of plug things into. Right. So error running the plugin, I guess, right? Now, how do I do this? So can I do something like error running this plugin? Oh, we do have the key. So the key, what, can I get the name of the thing? So plugin, env, parent, name, is there a name here? ID. How do I get the ID of a Lua state? I too have to go. Woke up like 4:40 a.m. Dude, that is late. A good stream though, learned something new. No worries, man. It's been a pleasure, having you here on stream again. And have a good night, dude. Get ready for the new week, and yeah. Go smash your project, man. Have a good night. Have a good night. That means we have less chats, so I guess someone else is gonna have to pick up and start talking to me, because I hate coding by myself. Yeah, I guess. Thanks, you too. Thank you, man. Get global, get name. Plugin.get name, no. Get fields. Is there no way to kind of env? What was that? String type, meta table. There is no name anywhere, right? Parent? Name anywhere? Yeah, maybe we don't have a way to say this, yeah, but we can do a to do here. We can do a to do because currently, if we take a look at Urchin config, we will be getting the plugins. Oh, this is not the right one. Oh, I think we've undone this. But the idea is to have a plugin thing here, right? And we can define the a plugin. So we have a name, which will be, you know, whatever, my plugin name. And then we have a source, which is the Lua script, right? So the path to Lua script here. And in essence, we want to store the name of it so we can also pass it down here. Right? So, but we're not going to do that now. We are going to add that to do. So to do add, make sure the name of the plugin cascades down. That's all. Someone step up. Yeah, someone needs to step up for the chat. But it's also, it's not the end of the world. I mean, I can always do some more code if I'm not talking to anyone. Okay. Return. Wait, what should this return? Yeah, this just returns an error, right? Wait. Yeah, no, this should really... If a plugin fails, do we care? We probably don't care, no. We probably just log and then, right? So we probably just log in this case. So I guess we do a log dot error msgf, and then we do error running plugin. In fact, just a message here, right? That is it. MSGF, why is that not a thing? Is it error F? MSGF? Oh, that's why. And then we continue, I guess, if we can't run it. And then we do get the value, in other words, the return type, which should be plugin. They'll get global result. What does the string return here? Wait a second. Can we only return these? Can we only return these types from the Lua script? Because what I need to do is I need each Lua script to return an array. Yeah. So this is going to be interesting, though. This is going to be very interesting indeed. So value type. Yeah. Oh, not ideal if that's the case. So go for Lua is the one. This is what we're using here. Data model. All data in Go for Lua is an L value. L value is an interface type that has the following whatever. Then we do have one here called user struct, though. Objects implement an L value interface. Objects implement an L value interface are this. So if we just look at user data, maybe this is what we can use here. Objects that based on Go structs, L function, L user data, L table, have some public methods and fields. You can use these methods in this. Okay, I want to see how I can use this though. You can extend Go for Lua with types written in Go. L user data is provided for this purpose. I think this is what we need to do here if we want to return. Text whether the first argument is a Lua check person, Lua state person, check user data 1. What? What? Get global L function. And we can do L.resume. Error is nil. I guess this is the way we should actually be doing things then. Know that using a context causes performance degradation. Ooh, not ideal. Sharing Lua bytecode between L states. I do need to actually properly read this because I don't know how Lua works and I don't know what the effect of having multiple plugins loaded into the runtime of Urchin will cause on the performance, if I'm honest. But yeah, I mean, it's useful knowing. Definitely. So we do have a context and we do string where we define something here. So in other words, we load the plugin code in here. And we create a new thread with the defer code cancel. So this runs in it. This is interesting as well. So it runs asynchronously with the rest of the stuff, which isn't very interesting to us because everything has to happen in order, I guess. But yeah. And we run the coroutine. I'm getting so tired already. We're going to keep doing this way here, just because I don't want to change so much of the code. But it seems like I have to create a user data, and I don't know how to use that yet. Are there examples somewhere? Examples, please. Lua tests. Strings coroutine. Is there a user? Let's just search it here. So was it L user? Was the one. That's in the README. I want to see how this user data is used because I'm pretty sure I want to use it. So really no test for it that I can see. I'll use the data. Value out table, meta table. I think I'm going to have to Google because they don't really have the documentation I need in this case. So go for Lua. User struct. Converting Go struct to Lua table. I have a Go struct and we'll like to pass the instance to a Lua method using Go for Lua, which is what we have. My Go code goes like this. What are they trying to do here? They have a Lua P, which is, I don't know what Lua P is, but it has a getter function, I guess. Number of returns equals 1, protect equals true. I don't know what that does, to be honest. And Lua R .mt. I have no idea what Lua R is. Lua R. Seems to be a Lua virtual machine as well. Lua string 1. In my Lua method, accessing the properties of the animal parameter gives error attempt to an index. Here you have a full example of how to access struct members in the documentation. User defined types. I thought we were here. I swear I looked at this. So Lua person type person registers my person type to a given L. L new type meta table Lua person type. Lua person type. Set global person. I don't know what MT is. Oh yeah, the new type meta table, I guess. Set field. Set field index. Okay, so you kind of have to declaratively define the method in Lua. And then we do print pname Steve, pname Alice, person.new Steve, pname Alice. Okay, so it seems okay. It seems like I will be able to do something similar. So let's just create a new plugin from this one here. Or maybe not this one. This one is a complicated one. Let's go for the image shortcode. That's a little bit easier to understand, right? So basic hello plugin. Or hello plugin. We take in the arguments. And well, we know in this case that title is first. And then we have the content, which is second. Then we have the excerpt, which is 3, right? So that's what we're going to be decoding from the arguments. So we do want to do the title equals, equals works in, I guess it does. Arguments 1, and then we have content is arguments 2. What is this? Is it not been used? Global variable set in lowercase initial. Did you miss local? I guess we do, right? Local. And according to this, we can do something like p equals, this is the thing, person new. But where does person come in? I guess we do have to register before. We do have to say this. You know what I mean? For every plugin that we have, we must register that type in. Otherwise, we're not going to have access to it in here. So it will be like post equals post.new, I guess. Our new function, new person Lua state. Takes Lua state and returns an integer. So ud.value, new user data. This is getting complicated. So it seems like, you know, if you want to have a custom type, a custom struct in Go for Lua, you have to first have a hold of your plugin, and you have to register the post type for every context that you have. So every plugin that you have, you're going to have to call these two functions on them, so they have access to the post struct, which is fine. Which is fine. We can assume that we already have that here, though. So we're going to do post.new, I guess, or not even that. P name is Alice, and they change it there. Yeah, we can do something like this, and then post. What is it? Do we return that? No, we don't even return that. This is just a global. This is just a global, right? Can we return this? Can we do like return post? I'm gonna hope that we can. EOF expected, yeah. Something like that, I guess. Set global new name. But where are they setting? Where are they saying that there exists a name variable here? In the struct. That is what I'm wondering now. This is where it's getting confusing to me. So this sets a global variable called person. Lua person type name. A new type meta table. So really, this is just a table. This is not a structure. This is just literally a structure. Sorry, a table. But the field new, which is a function, this is getting confusing. The field new is creating a Golang person, which checks the string one. I don't know what that does. But then it defines the UD. What's UD? I also don't know. But that's the user data. And we do set meta table UD get type meta table. And then we push UD into it. Yeah. No idea. I mean, I do have an idea. See what this is doing. So this is creating a table called person that has a few fields in it. One of them is called new, which is actually a function type, which goes into new person. And when new is called, we then create a variable of type new user data. And then this set meta table is essentially set person type name. Yeah, no, I still don't get where the name is coming from. In other words, how are they able to do this here? Like the P name. That is what I'm wondering here, because I don't see the name anywhere. So like, how is it defining that the person has a name in it? Well, the only place I can see it is here. But there's no way. Wait, how is this even being used? I guess it is used here. Person.l check string 1. What is L check string? Let's take a look at that. Check string is the one I want to check. Tell me there is documentation for it, and there is no documentation for it. I was wondering if this is somehow mapping name onto a lowercase name, but I have no idea. Yeah. Takes a pointer. It takes a pointer to a person. And it says check string. I've not seen this syntax yet in Golang, so I don't really understand what this is doing. Do any of you guys in the chat know? Because I'm confused. Anyway, I think I'm gonna call the stream here because this isn't really like I'm not in the mood today. Let's put it that way. I am clearly not thinking straight, and I think I might even delete this stream later because it's not been a good one. But yeah, thank you to the guys who joined. I am unfortunately going to call it here a little bit early. And I guess I'll maybe see you guys on Tuesday. Maybe I'll post something on Tuesday or stream. Well, thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.